So we finally find out the mystery behind this abnormal Titan that shows up and was just destroying all other Titans. How's it going, guys? This is my episode review of Attack on Titan episode 8. Now, that reveal at the end, finding out that Eren was actually this Titan the whole time, fighting and demolishing all these other Titans, is a great reveal within this episode, but it's not just the only good thing within this episode, because this episode's very action-packed. It has like 3 main parts to it, which I want to go over within this review, which is basically everyone storming their way, avoiding all the Titans in the streets, trying to get to HQ, get to the supply depot. Then we also have, all of the members, after leading the Titan and it's outside, demolishing all the Titans, it's up to the mission to basically get rid of all the 3-meter and 4-meter tall Titans within the supply depot, so that way they can refuel, get their gas within their 3D maneuver gear, and then head out to the wall to regroup with everyone else that made it out. And then, that big reveal at the end where we find out that this new Titan that got introduced was actually Eren the whole time. So let's back up a little bit, because I think what this episode starts off with is really cool, because Armin, as it shows within a lot of these episodes, it shows that he's a very smart character and he tends to think things through. He's an analytical person. He tends to think a lot. He's very smart, and he comes up with this plan with Mikasa and Connie to basically say, why don't we lead this new Titan? It seems to have no interest in humans. It just wants to kill Titans. Why don't we just kill all the Titans in its path and technically lead it to HQ, to the supply depot, to where it could just basically have a feast of just killing and demolishing all these Titans. So eventually Mikasa and Connie agree with them, and their mission from that point on is basically getting that Titan over to the HQ, so that way it can just, distract all the Titans while everyone else is trying to get in and resupply their 3D maneuver gear. But then we also, have Jean in this episode, in shock, looking at all of his comrades that kind of already got killed by the Titans. He's looking on in disarray. He just can't believe what's happening. But in that moment, he realizes this is their one chance to actually use this as a distraction while the Titans have no idea what's going on, to basically, storm HQ, get in there, and actually hopefully resupply their 3D maneuver gear. So there's a lot of close calls while they're making their way through. Jean almost got in, but he was able to slice through the hands and stuff. But a lot of people did not make it in. And I love the shot of them, just busting through the windows into HQ, and they're all like, damn, we made it. And then, of course, Jean coming to the realization that a lot of people probably died trying to get here, and he gave the order to basically, storm HQ. So technically, all the people that died, their lives are in his hands, and he's starting to realize that and having to live with that now. Being in the leader role, you got to make those tough calls to where not everyone is going to make it out alive. He did his best to hopefully inspire people and get them moving, but in the end, not everyone was able to make it. And he ends up taking his anger out on the supply depot. Like, they once they get in there, they see all these people cowering under desks, and Jean is absolutely 100% right when he is pissed, because these people kind of left them out to die. It's their job to basically come out and resupply them, and if Titans overrun them, they're supposed to get rid of the Titans, and they didn't do that. And this just kind of shows that not everyone's cut out for war or battle, or even fighting these Titans for that matter. But due to the large cluster of people that we have within HQ, the Titans were able to sense the massive amount of people within the building, so they start actually breaking down the walls, and this is when full panic mode ensues, and everyone's just has no idea what to do. People are screaming, running around. They have no idea where to go, and people are blurting out like, where is Mikasa? Like, where is Mikasa? And then one person's like, she ran out of gas, she got devoured. And it just shows like how not everyone understands the overall situation. Like, they don't know who's alive, who's dead, what's going on. It's pure panic is ensuing, and no one can basically deal with the fact that these Titans are about to kill them all. And even Jean is in total shock by these 2 Titans staring back at him, until this giant ass fist comes in and absolutely wrecks these 2 Titans. And it turns out that Mikasa, Connie, and Armin were actually able to lead this Titan to HQ, and now this Titan is having a frenzy. It's basically in heaven right now, to where this Titan is basically, going ham, going in on all of these Titans, and he's basically just like, yeah, you're in my house now, bitch. And he's basically punching all of these things left and right. And I love the scene where he just punts one of the little ones into the stratosphere. I love that scene, and it's just so funny to know that these little Titans are like, they're nothing to him. It's a little football to this Titan, and he just kicks it. I absolutely love that. But with Mikasa, Connie, and Armin now back in HQ, everyone's able to regroup, they're able to reassess the situation, and now with that fighting Titan outside distracting all the other Titans, they can come up with a plan. And Armin comes up with the plan of how they're able to actually win back the supply depot, to actually, defeat all of the Titans, fill up their 3D maneuver gear with the gas that they need, and then they'll be able to leave. And the plan he comes up with is actually really smart. And like I said in the beginning of this review, Armin is a very smart character. And the plan he has is pretty good, to where he was going to have all the people load up in this box, then it's going to get lowered down, and they're going to have these guns to where they're going to blind the 7 Titans that are located within the supply depot. And then with the characters of Connie, Sasha, Reiner, Bertolt, Annie, Mikasa, and Jean, the 7 best physically fit fighters are basically going to go hide in the rafters, and they're going to, once these Titans are blinded, are going to slice the napes of the neck of all of these Titans, and then thus all the Titans are killed within the depot. Everyone succeeded in the mission, and now they can actually refuel and, you know, make their way to the wall and actually regroup with everyone else that made it out. And of course the plan goes pretty much as planned. Like, I love, it's a badass scene. I absolutely love this scene. It's very tense, and it's very cool just seeing how Armin was able to actually come up with a plan that made sense and actually ended up working in the end. Of course, you know, they blinded the Titans and everyone else came in and sliced the napes of the neck. Connie and Sasha ended up failing in this department, but Mikasa and Annie were able to fix the situation, kill the remaining Titans, and actually save Connie and Sasha from this mistake that they made. And then the mission was successful, and everyone was able to resupply. There's some good character moments here too, especially between Jean and Marco, you know, talking about leadership and all that. But then everyone's just basically in higher spirits. Everyone's positive that they're going to make it out alive now, and so they leave the HQ with all their supplies fully restored, and they make their way to the wall. And then we just have Mikasa and Armin, and also with Annie, Jean, Reiner, and Bertolt looking at the fighting Titan, the abnormal Titan that they use to basically distract all the other Titans. It's being cannibalized by all of these Titans, and eventually Armin notices that the abnormal Titan that actually ate Thomas comes into the situation, and this is where that one Titan, the new Titan introduced, absolutely loses both of its arms in the process, but kills the Titan that, you know, killed Thomas. And then eventually we get that final reveal once it collapsed, that Eren was this Titan the whole time. And I love the scene how just Mikasa is in total amazement and shock, and absolutely she's happy now knowing that Eren is actually alive. And when she goes over to him and, like, you know, hugs his body and then checks to see that his heartbeat is still there, and like, I just love that scene so much. But I think that this was definitely foreshadowed, definitely since the end of episode 5 till now, that you kind of got hints here and there that Eren was this Titan. And especially with episode 6, you know, showing the flashbacks, they were still showing the character of Eren. And when I first watched this for the first time, episode 5, I thought he was dead. Then episode 6 came around, and I was like, well, why would they show him in flashbacks? I have a feeling that he's gonna come back somehow. And then episode 7 happened, to where we got the reveal of this new Titan, and I immediately thought, like, this Titan has to be Eren. It's the only thing that makes sense. It looks like him. As much a Titan can look like a human, it sounds like him, and his innate ability and anger and distaste for Titans came through with that Titan. So it just made sense that Eren was gonna turn out to be this Titan. But I absolutely love the arc from episodes 5 to 8, because I think that this is one of the most action-packed sequences in the whole series, and I absolutely love just the reveals and just the shock that came with this arc, you know, with Eren getting eaten by a Titan, then finding out that he was a Titan, like, all along, or at least was able to transform into a Titan somehow, and then just went on a rampage and was able to use his new Titan power to actually destroy all these other Titans. So I absolutely love this episode. I think this is probably one of the better episodes of the series, but I definitely want to hear from you guys. When you guys first watched this episode, how shocked were you to find out that Eren was this Titan the whole time? Did you have inklings, or did you actually, like, know that, you know, that Eren was actually going to be, or turn out to be, this Titan? Did you have other theories, you know, pertaining to this Titan? And let me know your overall thoughts of the plan that went into with Armin, you know, having everyone gather up their guns, having the 7 best fighters, you know, go up into the rafters, and then, you know, going into the supply depot and destroying all of those Titans. Like, what were your thoughts on also that as well? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys are fans of Attack on Titan, I'm doing reviews on all of season 1, so definitely subscribe to my channel if you're catching me for the first time, and, you know, leave comments down below, talk with me. I definitely want to get the hype going for season 2, because season 2 is going to be here before you know it, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, like I said, guys, I'm really looking forward to getting into the next episode, episode 9. This is where we're probably going to get more reveals and find out more of what happened with Eren and how he was able to transform into a Titan. So I'm really looking forward to that, guys. So episode 9 review will be up in a few days. Look forward to that, and that's the end of this review, guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my review, and I look forward to reviewing episode 9 shortly. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay awesome. See you guys.